Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Monday, May 1st meeting of the Hoover City Council. I'd like to welcome everyone to the chamber tonight and call our meeting to order and ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Council President Lyda.
Here.
Council Pro Tem Pacey.
Here.
Councilmember Sweeney.
Here.
Councilmember Driver. Councilmember Murphy. Councilmember Middlebrooks.
Here.
Councilmember McClinton.
Here. With a quorum present, we will proceed with the invocation to be delivered by our clerk and the Pledge of Allegiance to be delivered by Councilman Sweeney. If everyone would please rise.
We'll bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, please provide wisdom and grace to the City Council as they work to put the best interests of the city foremost. Thank you also for their families and give them the support and encouragement they need. Also, may our small businesses flourish. May they have the genuine desire to serve customers and have wisdom and clarity on decisions and to see opportunity, success, and growth. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may have noticed an empty chair to the right of Mr. Corley, where our mayor normally sits. He has another engagement tonight. Most of you are aware that tomorrow is the annual Mayor's Prayer Breakfast, bright and early, and Mayor Sandy Stimpson from Mobile will not only be our guest speaker tomorrow morning, but he is the mayor and Mrs. Bricato's guest at dinner tonight. So the mayor and Mrs. Bricato are entertaining Mayor Stimpson and his wife. So the mayor does send his regards that he cannot be here, but we do have two proclamations tonight, beginning with the first for Small Business Week. I would like to welcome the Hoover Chamber Board of Directors that are here. If they would come forward, along with Hoover Chamber Entrepreneurial Council Chair Alicia White and Hoover Chamber President and CEO Tony Herrera Bass. You guys will join us up front, please. Small Business Week is something that the City of Hoover has celebrated for many years, and we like to often say that small businesses, many of which are represented among this group right here, are true to the lifeblood of all cities across the United States, and certainly that is true for the City of Hoover. And we are incredibly thankful for each and every one of our small businesses in the city, and we're thankful for how the Chamber works tirelessly to support those. So in recognition of that, we have a proclamation for Small Business Week, and I would ask Mr. Corley to read the proclamation.
Whereas for more than 50 years, the Small Business Administration has celebrated National Small Business Week, which recognizes the critical contributions of America's entrepreneurs and small business owners. And whereas the government of Hoover, Alabama celebrates our local small businesses and the contributions they make to our local economy and community. And whereas we celebrate the backbone of our community and bond that holds us together, small businesses create many of the goods and services we rely on to sustain our everyday lives. We celebrate their innovation, creativity, and fresh perspectives to trying new approaches with an entrepreneurial mindset. And whereas according to the United States Small Business Administration, in 2019 found that small businesses generated 44% of all economic activity in the country and provide 2/3 of American jobs and played a major role in job creation following the COVID-19 pandemic shutdowns. And whereas 88% of U.S. consumers feel a personal commitment to support small businesses in the wake of the pandemic, and 92% of small business owners have pivoted the way they do business to stay open during the pandemic. Now, therefore, we, Frank B. Bricato, Mayor, and City Council President John B. Lyda, on behalf of the City of Hoover, do hereby proclaim April 30th through May 6, 2023 as Small Business Week and encourage the residents of our community and communities across the country to support Hoover small businesses, entrepreneurs, and merchants throughout Small Business Week and the entire year.
I took a break as I managed to get the sun. Well, it's out.
Check him out, Melanie.
Are we centered up? Billy, are we centered up?
Are we centered up good?
Let me switch down, everybody, swoop, and Tony, you switch places with me. Yes.
It's fine.
Count of three. 1, 2, 3. Stay right there, if you will. Okay. Count of three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Thank you.
For our next proclamation, I'd like to invite our city clerk, Ms. Winnie Dickerson, to come forward, please, in celebration of the 54th Annual Professional Municipal City Clerk Week. Many folks are probably unaware of what the city clerk's office does, not only in the city of Hoover, but around the country. And truly, the heartbeat of the council, and in many ways, city government begins and ends with the clerk's office. And our city clerk does a remarkable job of serving the citizens and serving the mayor's office and this council with all the many duties that they undertake. So whether it's a zoning issue or a council agenda or a myriad of things, if you call City Hall, that call will most likely be routed first to the city clerk's office. So she does an outstanding job of being a great ambassador for our city, and her and her staff are really the first point of contact for many folks when they touch our city government. And we could not be more proud of the work they do, and we think it's very appropriate that we honor Ms. Dickerson and her staff for this annual Municipal Clerks Week. And I would ask Mr. Corley to read the proclamation.
Whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world, and whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk is among the oldest public servants, and whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels, and whereas professional municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all, and whereas the professional municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community, whereas professional municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the professional municipal clerk through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of their state, local, county, and international professional organizations. And whereas it is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of the professional municipal clerk, now therefore, I, Frank B. Burkado, Mayor, and John B. Lyda, Council President of the City of Hoover, do hereby recognize the week of April 30 through May 6, 2023 as Professional Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to our professional municipal clerk, Wendy Dickerson, and to all clerks for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to the communities they represent.
Man, I'm trying, I really am.
We always like to begin the meeting by recognizing special guests, and we're very honored to have tonight in the chamber Shelby County Commissioner Jeff Bumbelow with us. Commissioner, welcome to the Hoover City Council. We will now move to our consent agenda. Items 1 through 9 are presented as consent agenda items, and they will be read together, and we will have one motion and one vote for each of the items located on the consent. If any member of the body would like to have one of these items removed and moved to the regular agenda, we'll be happy to do that. If there's any member of the public here who would like items 1 through 9 removed, we'd be happy to move that if you're here to speak on any of those items. Seeing none, Mr. Corley, please read the items.
Item 1 is the approval of the minutes from the February 20th, 2023 meeting. Item number 2, Resolution 6929-23, authorizes Mayor Brocato or his designee to execute an agreement with the Public Park and Recreation Board of the City of Hoover and the Southeastern Conference that the City of Hoover, Alabama will reimburse the Southeastern Conference for any costs incurred for the tournament outlined in the agreement. Item 3, Resolution 6930-23, authorizes Mayor Brocato or his designee to execute an auxiliary audit agreement with Avenue Insights and Analytics LLC to perform auxiliary audit services for sales and use taxes and other such taxes as may be from time to time designated by the city. Resolution 6932-23 authorizes acceptance of a bid from Avery Landscaping and Associates LLC for drainage improvements on Linda Avenue, Maiden Lane, and Papillon Drive, bid number 23-012, in an amount not to exceed $300,000, and authorizes Mayor Brocato or his designee to execute an agreement and any documents necessary for the execution of that agreement. Item number 5, Resolution 6933-23, authorizes acceptance of a bid from Avery Landscaping and Associates LLC for Old Columbiana Road sidewalk, Patton Chapel Road to Green Valley Elementary School, bid number 23-013, in an amount not to exceed $224,956, and authorizes Mayor Brocato or his designee to execute an agreement and any documents necessary for the execution of such agreement. Resolution 6934-23 authorizes Mayor Brocato or his designee to execute an agreement with Willow Products Company, Inc. to perform scheduled maintenance for equipment at the City of Hoover Detention Facility. Resolution 6935-23 declares 300 Verizon MiFi devices as unneeded surplus personal property and authorizes Mayor Brocato or his designee to dispose of such surplus property by way of donation, auction, or recycling. Resolution 6936-23 declares certain personal property detailed on Exhibit 1 to the resolution as not needed for public or municipal purposes and authorizes Mayor Brocato or his designee to dispose of such surplus property by way of donation, auction, or recycling. Resolution 693723 authorizes Mayor Brocato or his designee to execute 2 agreements with Alabama Power Company in regard to transmission lines related to the Hoover roadway project on Valley Dale Road.
Mr. President, move for approval of the consent agenda.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. We'll move to item number 10, beginning with our regular agenda. It's resolution number 6931-23, Mr. Corley.
This resolution authorizes acceptance of a bid from Gillespie Construction LLC for the South Sanders Road drainage improvements, bid number 23-007, in an amount not to exceed $1,080,526, and authorizes Mayor Brocato or his designee to execute an agreement for such agreement.
Mr. President, I move for approval of resolution number 6931-23.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments from members of the body? Any comments from members of the public tonight? Seeing none, we have a motion and a second for approval. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. The ayes have it and the motion carries. Item number 11 is resolution number 6938-23, Mr. Corley.
This resolution amends the budget for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2023, as shown on Exhibit A to the resolution.
Mr. President, I move for approval of resolution number 6938-23.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions or comments from the body tonight? Any comments from the public? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and the motion carries. We will now have 2 first readings. There will be no action taken on either of these items tonight. However, they will be considered at our next meeting in May. We'll begin with item number 12, and ordinance number 23-2594, Mr. Corley.
This ordinance revises the zoning map of the City of Hoover, Alabama, as shown on Exhibit A to the ordinance, and modifies the short title of the zoning ordinance for the City of Hoover.
And finally, item number 13, ordinance number 23-2600, Mr. Corley.
This ordinance provides for levying of municipal taxes for the City of Hoover, Alabama, and for the assessment and collection of such taxes. The taxes shall go into effect as of October 1st, 2023.
Very well. That brings us to the end of our regular agenda. I would open the floor to members of the body if they have any general comments tonight. I want to begin by thanking the mayor, Mr. Rice, and the entire city staff for what an outstanding Celebrate Hoover Day they put on Saturday. The weather was picture perfect. Ms. Cobalt, if you were in charge of that, you did an outstanding job. Ms. Peoples, I know, played a big hand. Many employees did. And I know not only Hoover residents, but many folks throughout the area do an outstanding job of putting that on. And a good time was had by all. I also want to recognize one of Hoover's newest residents. And you may not even know she's here, but she's sitting up here on the front row with her mother, Holly. And the proud parents are Holly and Kurt Posey. This is Holland Ruth Posey. So if you've not had the opportunity to meet her, give her a big Hoover welcome into the world. Now I'll open it up to the public. Any public here would like to make a comment? I'd be happy to hear from you. Seeing none, we thank you for your attendance and we're adjourned.